All right, we good. So, family, happy Sunday. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Um, well, having a good weekend. Weekend not over yet. What was the gentleman's name? What you saying, Mike? What was the gentleman's names? Oh, we got Woo on the call. We got Woo and Ray on the call, two barbers. And we got Jose, Mike, and my wife Zanaya. If you asking Mike, so. That was it. So, family, welcome to the call. This is the mapping out the game plan call. Um, so the reason why I'm recording it, so that people can definitely go back and take a look at what it is that we have going on. So what I'm going to do is definitely go through the IM.Center today, as well as mapping out the game plan. The different non-negotiables that we do, and then other characteristics that we're going to talk about as far as personal development, spiritual development, going through the week with a good mindset. Because I know last week for me, it's like sucked, right? Well, I won't say sucked, but it was definitely, I still did some things, but I wasn't 100% all in with it. So like that's why it's good to come in here, and really map out the game plan like we did. I don't know if that's part of the reason why my week wasn't as effective because we didn't do it. I don't know, but it is what it is, right? So we got a new week coming up. Definitely excited about that. That's always a good thing. Because we get to start fresh. We get to, get our minds right, make sure our families, everybody's on one accord, and really just start off with a good slate. So I want to go through, actually, let me see, which one do I want to do first? I'll give you guys some personal development first. Personal development first before we go into like really mapping out the game plan folder, and then I'm gonna walk through the IM.Center, right? So something that I was learning through last week was, I don't know if you guys ever watched the movie The Secret, but John Assaraf, he's a doctor, and I looked at one of his videos, and he was getting interviewed by Ed Milet. I think that's what it was. And he said some serious stuff because he was talking about unlocking your limitless mind, right? So if any of you guys ever talk to me, you know that I'm on this journey of mindset, what's going on in the brain, the mind, and different stuff like that. And the fact that we have actual scientists that's actually studying this stuff, it's actually pretty cool. You get to come in there and really start to see the reason why people do what they do, right? And that's such an amazing thing. And some stuff that he started to talk on. He started to talk about fear. He started to talk about belief, right? And different things that is basically action-based thinking that allows people to really function, right? So he said one thing that he said fear is a trigger in our subconscious mind that real or imagined danger has percolated in our brain. So he was talking about how fear, right, triggers in our subconscious mind, meaning that anything that we went in life. Hold on real quick. Eden, goodness. That's my daughter, y'all. But anyway, he was saying fear is a trigger in our subconscious mind that real or imagined danger has percolated in our brain. So he was saying that fear actually activates something in our brain that's based upon our subconscious mind that actually comes back and it actually affects us. And he was going deeper into it, but I was just like, wow, like that's a huge point, because he's saying it's a trigger. Like fear is a trigger, right? It's the other definition you got, fear is false evidence appearing real, but he's saying it is a trigger in our subconscious mind, right? Meaning that so our subconscious mind is based upon the repetition of things that we have done in our life, right? Without us really being conscious of it, right? So certain things in people's lives have caused them to be fearful to certain stuff, right? And if you ever look back in a person's life, right, you really start to see how the way they are now, right, the things that they like, the things that they fear, the things that they don't like, is really based upon what it is that they went through previously in their life, right? Those moments in their life where they were so emotionally attached to it that they now bring into their present, that really affects them, right? So he said when you're in in observation mode, now you can become aware, which leads to you being intentional, right? And this was so good. So he said when you be in observation mode, right? Let's just start right there. Observing things is the best skill that you can start to obtain, right? Really starting to observe things, right? I had actually, I'm gonna use this example. I got an individual that just texted me, right, and said that I'm ready, right? Now I told him, I told him, right, and if you're listening to this, you're gonna know exactly who you are, right? I told him, I think it was Thursday or Friday. I told him, okay, get on the mapping out the game plan call at 1 p.m., right? And I'm gonna go over certain stuff that's gonna help you with your questions for the up and coming week, and like different stuff that he has on the system, right? He said, okay, 1 p.m. Sent the link, sent the flyer, right? I got a text today, I'm ready, but you're not on the call right now, right? So what I'm saying is, if you were observant, you would see that the time I texted it to you, and also the link for you to join into the call, right? But when you're not observant in life, what happens is you start to think that everything needs to be given to you. You start to think that it needs to be right in front of your face. Somebody needs to come here, do this and do that right in front of you, instead of taking a step back and observing the environment that you're in so you can make the best decisions, right? I hope that makes sense to you guys, right? So he said, when you're in observation mode, now you can become aware, which leads to you being intentional, right? So by you observing your environment, by you observing certain systems, by you being in an observant mind, right? That now leads you to become aware, right? So now you are aware of your surroundings. You're aware of this, you're aware not to do this, but do this, right? You're totally aware, but now, which now leads you to being intentional, right? So you got to ask yourself, are you actually being intentional on this journey, right? Like what every call that you get on, right? Every training that you get on, when you go and go live, when you're on marketing calls, whatever the case may be, or even just in your life, period, right? What is the intent of the meeting? What is the intent of the scheduled time that you put aside from your day, right? What is the intention behind it, right? Because think about it, you're spending your time, you're spending your money, you're spending your hard-earned effort, right? All that for you not to be observant or to be aware, which leads to being intentional, right? So I want you guys to really grasp that concept this week coming in, right? Like I said, we're starting fresh. It's a brand new week, right? So if you want to start a new skill, try starting the skill of being observant, right? Really, really looking at the whole picture, right? Right? Not to mean to call you out, but several times you asked me, how can I access what you say? You said, how can I access the 200 series in the academy, something like that, right? And I said, listen, just go to IM.center, click academies, it's right there, right? Now, you got to ask yourself, how many of you guys, right, treat this like this is your own, right? How many of you actually treat this like this is your own business, like this is your own ticket to go to basically go into that next level with this journey, right? Something that Teacup Lou said. He said something real crazy one day. He said, if I was to die, does your business die with me? Right? And when he said that, right, everybody was like, wow, like I never thought about it that way. And you got to ask yourself that, right? I am you guys' leader, yes, whatever the case may be. However you look at me, right? If I was to quit today, would you quit? If I was to do no more calls for you, would you actually be observant, be aware, and be intentional about your journey with this opportunity? If I was to stop, If Manny was to stop, Los was to stop, if everybody was to stop, would you stop? And if your level of thinking or if your decision would be yes, then that's letting me know that you're not really 100% in, like going all in with your goals and with your dreams. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, like, it's not my job to make you successful. It's not. That's totally up to you, right? Harriet Tubman said, "I would have freed more slaves if they knew that they were slaves," right? So what that behind that statement is observation, awareness, being intentional. So I want you guys to really think about that going into the week. Think about how much stuff that you can do on your own, right? That's going to get you to that next level. I'm here to help you guys, right? That's not going anywhere. But before you hit up your leader or your upline, have you really gone through everything before you hit them up, right? So I encourage everybody, fire me, right? Fire me, fire the upline, look, throw me out. Like, use me when it's the right time. Like, use your leaders when it's the right time, right? So be observant, be aware, and be intentional. So he said awareness gives us choice, and choice gives us freedom, right? You being aware gives you choices, and choices give you freedom. So if you don't feel free, then that means that you're not aware. And if you're not aware, you can't make any choices, right? So it's kind of like, let's just say that you were walking in like a fiery building that's on fire. It's smoke everywhere, boom, 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 whatever the case may be, right? But what if there was a window that was located on the bottom floor to the side of the house, and that was your only way out? Would you be more focused on the smoke, or would you be more focused on the window that you know that could be a choice that you have to make to get outside of the house so that you can be free? So you have to ask yourself, right, am I aware? And if I'm not aware, then that means that I don't have the freedom to choose. And if you don't have the freedom to choose, what does that make you? That makes you a slave, right? Or a victim to your environment. So we don't want to function that way, right? And the reason why I go through the personal development before I start talking about mapping out the game plan, and before I start talking about anything, you know, Javon is going to talk about personal development, developing your mind, because I'm trying to get you guys to get on another level of thinking. This stuff is not taught, right? All these books and stuff that I read, all these audios of these doctors and these personal development people, right? Philanthropists, all these different type of people. I'm doing it because everything is 95 to 99% mental. It's only about 1 to 3% skill that you really got to learn. Because if we showed you how to learn one strategy in trading, and you know that strategy, and it only takes me about 10 minutes to teach you, right? And it's only one skill that you need to learn. What happens when the mind isn't developed, but you learn the skill? Pride comes in, greed comes in, destruction comes in, because you weren't mentally prepared. Remember the quote that I said about Jim Rohn: if you get handed $1 million, it's best you become a millionaire quickly. That's a mindset development question. Are you developed enough to handle what it is that has been given you? Right? So he said, ask yourself this question: are you interested, or are you committed? Are you interested in this opportunity? Are you interested in trading? Are you interested in building this business? Or are you committed? Which one are you? I'm gonna tell you this right now. Most people are not committed. They're just interested. They're just fly by night. They just, if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. They say that they're committed, but they're really not. Because everything is an excuse. Like, you ask them, did they do something? No, I had to do this. Something happened. Everything is something, right? And I get it. I used to be that way too. So I know exactly how you feel, right? But when my level of thinking, when my level of mindset really changed, and I came into a space where it's like, no, I'm taking 100% ownership of everything that I do. There is no room for excuses. The people that are not on this call right now are probably going to quit. It's just as simple as that, right? Because they're making an excuse. So they're interested, but they're not committed. So you got to ask yourself that during this upcoming week, right? So it says, if you're interested, you'll do what's convenient. So when you're interested, right, the people that are interested in this opportunity, you're only going to do what is convenient for you. That's it. If it fits into your schedule, you're going to do it. It's convenient. I remember Manny last week on our 7-day blitz call. Manny said something so powerful. He got asked the question, what do you say to people who say that they want to balance their life, whatever he said, pertaining to this business. He said, dang, did I forget it? Hold on. I gotta find that, because that thing was beautiful. He said, did I write it down? He said, dang, I don't think I wrote it down. But he said something on the lines of, if you want a balance on life, then you're going to have a balanced income, right? You're going to have a balanced rank, whatever the case he was saying. What is it? There you go. If you want balanced work, you're going to have balanced results. That's what it is, right? So if that's what you want, a convenient life, then you're going to have that, right? Which is totally fine if that's what you want. If you want a life of convenience, if you want a life that is balanced, by all means, you're going to get a convenient life. You're going to get balanced results. But you can't get mad at that. You can't quit on that, right? Because that's what you asked for. Asking, it is given, right? Seeking, you shall find. Knocking, the door will be open. That is what you asked for, right? So he said, if you are interested, you'll do what's convenient. And all obstacles will be bigger than your goals. So for every excuse that you give yourself as to why you're not here, right? And this isn't just for you guys, this is for me as well, right? This is for all of us, right? This is why I grow, so that you guys can grow further, right? So he said, and all obstacles will be bigger than your goals. So you will look for a convenient life, how this can fit into your schedule, right? And every obstacle that you get hit with in life, it will be bigger than your goals, because you're interested, right? And he said, if you're committed, then you would do whatever it takes. That's it. There was nothing more that he expounded upon after that statement. Because he was speaking about, other instances in his life that got him to the level of success as a billionaire. But he's saying, if you're committed, you're going to do whatever it takes, period. There's nothing that comes after that. Right? So he said, make a commitment to achieve the goal and figure out how later. Make a commitment to achieve the goal and figure out how later. Right? So you want to make a commitment that you're going to do what it is that you set out to do. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. That's God's work. God going to handle that. He just needs to see some action first. Right? So he said, be committed to achieving the goal. Not just writing it down, not just saying that you're going to hit such and such, but make a commitment that you're actually going to achieve it. That's a different level of thinking. When you're making an actual commitment that you will hit chairman, that you will become a 6-figure trader, that you will Like the will, right? That will is so powerful, right? So he says sometimes you have to change your identity and your belief structure. Some of you guys need to change your identity, right? Who you are, right? And change your belief structure, right? So when I'm talking about identity, I'm talking about your self-image, how you view yourself. If you are not confident, it's going to show in your results, right? So some of you guys need to work on your identity in this opportunity, especially if you plan on building the business, right? You got to work on that. And this isn't just pertaining to the business, right? You can do that outside life too. Whatever it is that you do, make sure your identity is solid, right? Make sure your self-image is solid, right? And he said you have to change your belief structure as well, right? If you don't believe that you can do something, then that means that you need to work on your belief. It's just simple as that, right? Think about whatever goal that you want to hit. If you don't believe that you can hit it, that's what you need to work on. You need to work on believing that you can believe. You know what I'm saying? So he says sometimes you have to change your identity, also known as self-image, right? And your belief structure, right? And how you work on your belief structure is with any goal that you have, make sure you tap into it and function around the five senses. How you change your belief structure is you have to see it. You have to smell it. You got to hear it. You got to taste it. These are the things that you need to do so that you can work on your belief structure. You need to be exposed to the goal that you want. Hope that makes sense. So a belief is nothing more than a reinforced pattern in the brain. A belief is nothing more than a reinforced pattern in the brain. My daughter, that is 5 months right now, right? Her belief system is going to come from what me and my wife keeps reiterating to her on a day-to-day basis, to the point of where she's actually going to believe it because that's all she keeps hearing. So a belief is nothing more than a reinforced pattern in the brain. So if any of you guys want to know, well, what's the subconscious mind and how can I activate it? How can I start to work out that thing? Reinforce things in your life and your subconscious mind will definitely tap in and take over. The fact that you get up every single day to brush your teeth, that's not a conscious thing. That's a subconscious thing, right? Nah, she just want to go sleep. Just go put that baby to sleep. Don't even fight it, right? So your conscious mind can choose. You can choose to do things, right? And this is so powerful because I'm really tapping into you guys. If you guys are taking notes, please take notes. If not, look at the recording and go back on this, right? Your conscious mind can choose, right? You can choose to, like, I can choose to pick up this cup. I chose to do that, right? I chose to do that. When I'm tying my shoes, right? And I'm not thinking about it, that's the action. Well, that's the result of my subconscious mind because I can do it without thinking about it, right? So he said, your conscious mind can choose, but your subconscious mind cannot. Your conscious mind can choose, but your subconscious mind cannot. So follow me with this. If you repeatedly tell yourself that you are a chairman 10, if you repeatedly tell yourself that you make $2,500 a week in your business, if you repeatedly see your goal, if you repeatedly take the action steps that is required for that goal, what do you think is going to happen? You're now strengthening your subconscious mind because the subconscious mind is 10 times more powerful than the conscious mind because it's based on repetition. And anything that you do in life, notice all of the things that you do in your current life right now. Notice all of the things that you repeatedly do without you even thinking about it. How you crack an egg the same way. How you brush your teeth the same way. How you take a shower the same way. Right? It's certain things in your life that you need to become aware of so that you can see, wow, I didn't even notice this was a repeated pattern. Right? So, how to activate the subconscious mind, you do it through two things: repetition and reinforcement, which is basically the same thing, but repeating it and reinforcing it. That's how you activate the subconscious mind, right? Repeatedly doing something and then reinforcing it. All right? I hope that makes sense, family. So, your beliefs are patterns reinforced over time. And he just got two more things. So he was speaking about visualization is simulation, right? Visualization is simulation, right? So he was speaking how if you look at the most successful people in their environment, or like in their industry, whatever the case may be, they visualize their success before it actually happens. Navy SEALs do this all the time, right? If you ever like read stuff on like Navy SEALs or like looked at Navy SEALs, right? They do a lot of visualization. They do a lot of looking at what it is that they need to do next, right? And if you take these tactics, they actually work. So he means visualization is simulation. And simulation basically means the act of pretending or deception. So when you're looking and you're visualizing, right, your goal, what it is that you want to attain, right? And he's saying that is simulation, and simulation is the act of pretending or deception. But notice when you're doing that on a repeated basis and you're reinforcing that activity, you're strengthening your subconscious mind to basically give you the result of what it is that you want. So he said, you must allow your brain to have a mental movie with your words. You must allow your brain to have a mental movie with your words. So the words that you speak, the words that you say, right, is a movie to the brain. If you say, oh man, I can't get this. If you say, oh man, this not working out for me. Every word that you say goes to the brain. And it's a movie that's playing for it. And the more frequently that you say it, your subconscious mind is feeding it up. It's feeding it up, right? And every single word that comes out of your mouth, right? That is what you're going to see. That is what you're going to experience, right? I ain't even going to go into the other stuff. But that's just some personal development that I wanted to give to you guys, right? So definitely type in the chat if you definitely got some nuggets from that. And I'm about to go into mapping out the game plan. But that's guys, right? I ain't really do no screaming or nothing, right? Which is cool, but I really tapped into getting you guys to really think about your life, being intentional, being aware, being observant, right? Are you interested or are you committed, right? Where do you stand in front of your goals? Like if your goals were standing in front of you, what would they say? What would they say to you? You don't want us bad enough? You don't see that we right here? If you just do this, you'll have us? Like, you got to think about this stuff. Like, so change your level of thinking, right? Now let's go into, I'm about to share my screen right now. Mapping out the game plan, pull this up. Now let's go to this. Is this going on? Oh, here we go. Boom. Right? So, Kingdom Trade House map out the week, right? You guys already noticed. I'm just going to run through it because this call is definitely being recorded, right? So, number one, writing down your why, right? So, everybody write down your why. basically for this upcoming week, right? It's just good to see it, right? So that you can definitely know the reason why you're even doing these activities to hit your goal in the first place, right? You want to reinforce what it is that you're working for, right? So what is the real reason why you're doing this opportunity, right? What is the thing, or who is the person that you can't quit on, right? Is it your daughter? Is it your family member? Is it your friends? Is it a what, right? Is it, well, I need to help such and such, this organization, this system, whatever the case may be, right? You need to know what and who is the thing that you can't quit on, right? So number two, your goals, right? At the beginning of every week/day, be sure to write down your financial based goals for the entire week and also for the month, right? So this goes into what me and my own wife was actually speaking about last night, about your A-type goals and your B-type goals and your C-type goals, right? There's structure when you're writing down your goals, right? There's structure to that, right? So your A-type goals is basically what's in front of you that you need to complete on a day-to-day basis. Your B-type goals is actually the goal that's probably going to take you about 6 to 12 months to really hit that goal, right? Your C-type goal is a goal that is like far-fetched. It might take 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, right? 20 years to hit. Whatever the case may be, a C-type goal is the overall big picture of your life, right? That's what a C-type goal is. Going down a B-type goal, see, the B-type goal for me is chairman, right? The A-type goal is a goal that you know that you can hit. There's no if, there's no but, you know that you can hit this goal. That's an A-type goal, right? So make sure to write down your financial based goals for the entire week and also the month. For those who are digital entrepreneurs, be sure to write out your fulfillment based goals for this week and also for the month, right? If you want to hit Platinum 600 within this opportunity, guess what? That means you need 12 customers within your organization. You need 12 customers within your organization, right? You need 12 customers within your organization, right? So if you need 12 customers within your organization and you personally have to sponsor 3, what does that mean for you? Help 3, get 3, you're a Platinum 600. So your fulfillment-based goal is, how many people do I need to help reach their goal so that my goal gets hit? So if you want to hit Platinum 600, right? Okay, I need to help 3 people become P150. It's just simple as that, right? So that's a fulfillment-based goal, helping enough people hit their goals so that your goal get met, right? Number 3, the non-negotiables, right? Make sure you write down your DMOs, your daily method of operation, right? Make sure that is completed every day, no excuses, right? I did that last week about 50%, right? 50% of my non-negotiables was basically done. Had a little off week, but it is what it is, right? We got to hold each other accountable, get back on that. So make sure you guys are writing down the non-negotiables. I believe everybody on here has the non-negotiables, so I don't really need to send that out. If you don't have the non-negotiables and you are looking at this call, then message me and I'll be sure to get that over to you so that you can get that completed and have that a part of your daily method of operation, right? If you don't have them, like I said, reach out to your leader, whatever the case may be, right? So number 4, social media, right? Social media, right? This is pertaining to the people that are building the business, right? And this don't even have to be about building the business. If you guys are on social media, you're not making money off of it, I don't even know what you're on there for, right? Because if you're just on there for entertainment, I know where your energy is going, right? Your social media should only be to make money and do influence. That's it. If you're outside of that, you're just on that for entertainment, right? So, but this is how you actually structure it, right? So social media, number 4, going on IG, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, live, speaking about what you learned from your personal and spiritual development, right? Boost up your social media by giving some actual value to your followers, right? Give some value to the people that are following you. And guess what? You're going to get an influx of basically a community that's going to be looking to you for certain value, right? And that's how most of my followers came, because I'm always on my IG stories. I'm always posting about certain things that when it comes time to come, how many people I actually daggone Ray Ray, the barber that is on this call, he got on my team because somebody else referred him to me. And that somebody else followed me on Instagram for I don't know how long.
Yep.
And I would just be posting value. This is what I do. I never speak about what it is that I don't do. Like I don't go in there talking about like nonsense, right? Everything is intentional. You got to be intentional about what it is that you want to give the world. And if you're not intentional about what it is that you have to give, the world ain't going to give you no dollar in return. Not going to give you it, right? So make sure you're going on, Instagram, Facebook, going on social media, posting, right? Doing on lives, doing stories on what you learned from your personal and spiritual development, right? Make sure you do a picture and video content for your page, right? So your content will come from your personal and spiritual development. See, you will always have something to talk about if you're always feeding yourself. You will always have something to talk about if you're always feeding yourself, right? Always. There's never a dull moment in your life. Like, so when people have conversations with you, like I can't stand when people say, well, I ain't got nothing to say. That's how I know you're not reading. That's how I know you're not engaging in conversation. That's how I know you don't have audios. You're not listening to individuals who are better than you. So if you don't have nothing to say, if you don't have any questions for any person that is of high stature in the industry that you want to make it in, if you don't have any of that, I know that you're not growing. You're not growing at all. So your pictures, your video content, your Instagram stories, your lives should all be based upon your personal and spiritual development that you're feeding yourself on the day-to-day basis, right? Let's go up. Number five, weekly plan as a trader, right? So choosing your trading mentor, right? So how that goes is choose 2 to 3 educators who you love, like, love, trust, and respect, whatever the case may be. Choose 2 to 3 educators who you love, right? Then choose the tool and the strategy that they use daily. Choose the tool and the strategy that they use daily, right? So this is how you go, right? For my new people that are probably looking at this, right? This is your weekly plan as a trader. If you're asking what it is that I need to do next, you need to get educated, right? That's like you enrolling in college and then you got classes scheduled, but you in your dorm room talking about what is it that I need to do next? Where there's a schedule already in place. Just get up and go to freaking class, bro. Like, what do you like? I don't like. You want me to hold your hand? Like, I don't understand people sometimes, right? So, so yeah, college might not be for you. Like, you need to get up and go home. If that's what you. So, learning probably isn't for you, bro. Like, so, like number 5, your weekly plan as a trader, right? If I'm gonna reiterate this so it gets into your subconscious mind, choose your trading mentor, choose 2 to 3 educators who you love, then choose the tool and the strategy that they use daily. After this, I'm gonna go into the I Am Center so we can really break that down, right? Number 6, building relationships, right? Building relationships. So this is your to-do list on social media. This is how you build relationships on social media. Connect with 100 people for the week, right? Go follow some people. Go really follow some people, right? So what that means is connecting to them, going to their page, looking at who they are, right? Set aside some time to actually do this. Go to a person's page, see how many followers they got, what it is that they're talking about, right? Connect with them, right? Like 3 pictures from that person that you feel comfortable with connecting, like 3 pictures, right? And compliment or comment on a pic. If a person has a dope photo, oh man, yo, I remember going there last summer, bro, such a dope experience. Would love to see, hear about your experience with it as well. Whatever the case may be, right? Just start having conversation. It's called social media. It's not called hide and go seek media. Like, it's social media. Do you realize when you're social and you're connecting with people on a platform that is social, that every post that you make gets boosted up to the top? Like, I kind of think like people don't understand what social media is for. It's for connecting with people. That's it. So it's not bad to go to a stranger, connect with them, compliment on it, and then go on about your day. That's not a bad thing. That's why I'm like, if you're not on social media giving value to people, right? And your page isn't a page of influence, then what the heck are you on there for? Well, I know what you're on there for entertainment. Entertainment don't pay you, all right? So after you comment on a pic, DM the individual, DM the person that you reached out to, right? I have a copy and paste script to this, but you can make it, if you're just building relationships, build relationships, right? And I'm telling you, like, you guys are gonna, it's so crazy because when you start building relationships on social media, right? And let's say that you fly out to like Mexico or something, like Cancun. And let's say that you built some relationship, whatever the case may be, from an individual that was on social media that been following you for years, and you touch down to Mexico and they're like, oh snap, I seen your post, yo, you in Mexico? Let's meet up. I got a dope spot, yada yada. Like, it's such a beautiful thing when you meet people on social media and y'all connect. And then when you finally do meet up, it felt like y'all been brothers and sisters for so long. You know how many times that didn't happen to me? When we went to our conventions and stuff, and then I met people and they like, oh man, it felt like I knew you. Because you did, bro. Like, I give you my heart and I give you my passion on my social media all the time, right? So DM the individuals, develop conversation, figure out their pain, figure out their dream, like have a social conversation with people, right? And then once you do that, here you go. This is how you get them to your opportunity. Invite them to the opportunity. Hey, listen, man, I know you told me, a couple of days ago that you was laid off and you're like really trying to figure out something for your family. Bro, I would love to invite you to something that me and a couple of individuals are really working on, right? And if you like what you see, we can move forward with it. If not, totally no big deal. I just didn't want to miss the chance to basically present this to you. Is that okay? Boom, like that, exposing them. Presentation, close them, follow up. That's it. That's building relationships on social media, right? Number 7, follow-up call. End of the week completion. Review the launch checklist, right? Now, this isn't just like for me, like when you guys sign people up, you can use this as well. You can use this for people, right? And you can actually guide them in this, right? Now we do this every single Sunday, but you can guide them in this if they get signed up before Sunday. So review the launch checklist. Everybody has the launch checklist that is located in the 4-step texting, right? Also set up a call with all of your new customers, seeing did they complete the non-negotiables, right? Not just the trading, but the non-negotiables as well. Because if their mindset and their daily method of operation is not on one accord, and they're not doing that, it's only going to be but for so long that they stay in the business, right? And then number 8, leverage. Leverage the calendar, right? And leverage the system. That's it. Leverage the calendar and leverage the system, right? So that is the map out the week game plan for Kingdom Trade House, right? Now, let me go into, let me go into, don't want that. Let me go into the IM.center, right? Because I want you guys to see this. So for the people that want to know what it is that you're paying for, let me reinforce this, right? Now, all you have to do is literally type in im.center, right? Well, let me put this over here. I'm going to type in im.center, right? And it's going to ask you for your username and your password. You're going to click log in, right? Once you log in, you're going to have access to any package that you purchased, right? So if you look here on the left, it's going to say academies. You're going to click academies, right? When you click academies, guess what's going to pop up? If you have the platinum package, what's going to pop up for you is anything that says FRX in it. Anything that says FRX, meaning that that's Forex Academy. So you're going to click here, learn Forex trading English, right? You're going to click where it says enroll, right? Once you do that, you're going to have access to a 100 series to a 400 series. Every academy that IM has goes from a 100 series to a 400 series, right? And this is what you have access to, right? This is the 100 series. It's going to show you, it's going to teach you the terminology of trading, right? It's going to go more in depth in this stuff. So make sure this is definitely completed, right? If you have high frequency Forex, what's going to happen is you're going to click HFX Academy. If you have the elite package, you have access to all of this. If you have the platinum package, you only have access to the Forex. If you have only the binary package, which is HFX, you only have access to high frequency Forex education, right? If you have access to DCX, you only have access to the digital currency education. So the same thing with Forex, the high frequency Forex, you're gonna get your 100 series all the way down to the 400 series of your education, right? With this opportunity, right? And the same thing with DCX as well, right? So that is how you access the academy so you can actually start learning, right? Now for Go Live, right? I'm going to click Go Live. What Go Live basically is, right? This is going back to mapping out the game plan number 5, where it says this is your weekly plan as a trader, right? You're going to go in here, choose whatever language that you want to learn from. This part right here is the dashboard. These are your top 5 educators for the week, right? For the week. So we got our gold cup, we got our binary educators, then we have our harmonic educator, which is on here. Shout out to Millie and shout out to Manny Quinones. These are you guys leaders. Your upline is Millie Mills, and also your upline is Manny Quinones over here. As you can see, they're pulling numbers. They're pulling numbers. So there's no excuse as to why you cannot get educated and start seeing the same results that they are seeing. All right, they're teaching you their strategy, their tactics, and the way that they trade, right? You can't beat that, right? So you're going to pick a channel based upon whatever package that you get. If you have the elite package, this is all for you, right? ECX is coming out in September. That's later on the fall with e-commerce, those who want to learn how to open up a Shopify store. But right now you have access to digital currency, high frequency Forex, and traditional Forex, right? So right here, we say, whoo, Shermanton, okay, it's 2 o'clock, right? Bob check, right? Are you a new member? If you are a new member, right, you spend your first 2 to 4 weeks with our basic educators. You're going to click here, right? And you're going to have access to the basic educators within the company, right? Now, I highly encourage everybody to just go and choose, and start looking at some recordings. You're going to click it. Let's say we went to my guy, Ralph, right? You're going to go here. He has sessions that is recorded for you to actually go back and see how it is that he teaches on a basic level, how he trades, right? You're going to have access. He's actually live right now. That's crazy, right? So is he live? Yes, he is live, right? He's actually live right now, right? Welcome. We will begin shortly. You're going to have access to a chat box where you get to ask questions as well, right? All this stuff you have access to, right? So this is the Go Live right here, right? So if you're trading binary, if you are trading binary, let me go back. You want to do high frequency Forex. The 2 educators that I highly recommend is Millie Mills and Matthew Thayer. Those are my educators that I follow, right? I personally love Matty Pips over everybody, right? Very simple strategy, very simple to get to the bag. He teaches good. And guess what? You want to learn how to trade like him? You want to master his strategy? Guess what you can do? What you're paying for, right? General education. Go back and look at the recorded videos that he started trading live with, right? If you check the favorite sessions, start here if you are brand new, right? You're going to start there if you are brand new in high frequency Forex trading, right? So that's what you're going to do. So let's go back to the IM.Center, and I'm going to do the strategies, and then we're going to wrap this up. Goodness, right? Log back in. So you're gonna go down here on the left-hand side where it says strategies, right? I don't want the strategy handbook right now. This is the strategy handbook for you guys that IM has put up. If, you know, depending on every single product, right, the strategy, you guys can get more in-depth training, right, on what it is that it actually does. But when you click strategies, right, if you have the elite package, you're going to have access to everything that the company has to offer, right? So let's just say that we want to utilize the harmonic scanner. You're going to click where it says HS harmonic scanner, right? It's going to bring you directly to the tool that you just clicked, right? So let's say my broker is Hugo's Way, whatever the case may be. Let's just say that you are a traditional Forex trader and you want to trade, you know, harmonic patterns, right? Which is something that Manny Quinones does. He is an educator. Now, remember on 5, I said go to go live, right? Choose 2 to 3 educators. Choose two to three educators that you feel comfortable with. Let's say their strategy. Let's say you want to learn the strategy up here where it says, where is it? Harmonics, right? The harmonic strategy, you have access to Christopher Derrick, Videsh, my goodness, computer bugging, Manny Quinones, Ray, such and such, right? Let's say we chose Manny Quinones, right? We know that Manny Quinones is a traditional Forex trader, right? But he also does harmonic patterns. When you look on here, these are harmonic pattern trading. The tool that he uses is the harmonic scanner, right? So if you want to learn how to effectively use the harmonic scanner, tune into Manny's sessions, right? So how this basically works is it gives you your entry price, right? Let me do this. It gives you your stop loss number that you see what says stop loss, and then it gives you your take profit numbers. These are the numbers that you put inside your MetaTrader 4, right? That is what you do, right? That's what you put inside. So this is the harmonic scanner that you have access to that can really take you next level, right? For the people that want to trade no binary, if they're doing that, then you just want to go to strategies, click HFX, and you're going to click like where it says Liberty, or you're going to click where it says Hourglass, and then you have access to that, right? There's something else that I want you guys, it's called mastertheacademy.com. Mastertheacademy.com. This is something that Manny actually put together for you guys to get a more in-depth training. It's called mastertheacademy.com. Write that down, right? Let's say you click Academies, FRX, right? Let's click that. And let's see if this is it. No, this is not the one that I wanted to click. Hold up. Training. Here you go. Training. Oh my God, this thing not logged in yet. I have to step out again. It's all good, bro. I'm basically about to be done. Dang, I forgot my own login. What? This is great. So for new people, let's say that you logged in with Google, right? You're going to log in with Google. It's called mastertheacademy.com. You're going to click whether you want to log in with Facebook, Google, or just log in with an email, whatever the case may be. You're going to have access to this, right? You're going to click training. Click where it says FRX Fast Start or even HFX Fast Start, right? But for, you know, training purposes, we're going to click FRX Fast Start. Once you click it, this is just a more in-depth thing that Manny actually created for you guys, right? He has things called like phase 1, right? Downloading the apps that you need to download, right? Also, open up a brokerage account, fund broker account, right? Phase 2, right? This one is all messed up. Boom. MetaTrader 4 basics, how to copy trades, compounding your account, right? Signals and sessions, Gold Cup trade alerts, live trading sessions, right? So for the people like, how can I open up a broker account? Click this. How can I fund my brokerage account? Click this, right? MetaTrader 4 basics. If you want to know how to do MetaTrader 4 basics, you want to have access to all of this stuff, right? So he's going to be teaching you how to actually use this, right? So this is just mastertheacademy.com. So That's how you access that. But I'm basically done, family, right? So this is our mapping out the game plan call. Hope you guys got massive value for this. Like I said, this call is definitely being recorded, and it will be distributed in the group chat for everybody to basically tune in to really take a look at it, and you guys get to watch it over and over and over again to basically better it. But that is it. Let me stop this recording.